live. Bump the light a little bit more here. There you go. Awesome. All right, all right, all right. Save this guy. Let's show. Awesome. We are live. And if you just got here, please let me know in the comments. Something's not happy. Oh, my computer. Okay, there you go. Let me know in the comments that you're here. And if you are on Instagram, live tonight on YouTube, youtube.com, PlaySUSOfficial. Let's head over there, okay? Gilda, let's go to YouTube, youtube.com, PlaySUSOfficial. Let's go. Jeff, how are you, brother? Can you hear me okay? Let me know if you guys can hear me all right. So let me move this a little bit closer. Gabriel, how are you, my man? Can you hear me okay, Gabriel? Let me know. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay for us to get started. Guys, if you are on Instagram, you need to go to YouTube, youtube.com, Clay Souza Official. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How have you guys been? You guys have a good weekend? Today's Monday. Monday. It's a brand new week for us to do something fun. Awesome. This is strange because I look my look count here. Oh. My viewer count doesn't count like everything. So did you guys shoot this weekend or not really? Or you guys are just like, just chilling? Have my Captain America shirt tonight. All right. Instagram, nobody on Instagram. Good. 6:10. Oh, 6 minutes. Hello, babe. Hello. All right. Just wait a little bit more for more people to get here. If they don't get here, we will get started. So tell me, what did you do this weekend? Did you guys photograph? Did you guys did work in a business? What have you done? Did you do anything fun this weekend? Let me know. Let me know what you did this weekend. What did we do? We didn't do a whole, I did. I had 2 albums to create, plus save the dates to create, plus 2 albums to design, just save the dates, and 1 art for our playbook. That's right. Jeff had to buy a suit. Jeff has another daughter getting married. Jeff, they ganging up on you, brother. They getting married all together at the same time. That's crazy. That is crazy. So, Jeff, when is she getting married now? The ones who are going to get married in the courthouse? When is she getting married? Really coming up right soon, right? About time. Jeff's like, get out of here. You're going to be an empty nester now, Jeff. Oh my gosh, Friday this week. Oh man, it's just around the corner. Wow. You're talking about places to do pictures. Have you looked at the Pullen Park? Pullen Park's kind of nice. I mean, depends where she's going to get married, right? Pullen Park is all the way in Raleigh, so I don't know if it's too far for you, but it's a nice place to take pictures there. Pullen Park. If you're here now, if you just got here on YouTube, let me know that you're here so we can get started because I can't see. I don't have a list of people who are here. So if you're here, just let me know. Say here in the comments you're here. Instant Grandpa. Hey, congratulations. That's pretty cool. Instant Grandpa. Instant Grandpa. Congratulations, Jeff. That's cool. WRAL. WRAL is nice. Just go there before and see if they have flowers. It's nice if they have flowers. If it doesn't, it's a lot of greenery. It's up to you. But I mean, if you're going to WRAL, Pullen Park is just across the street. You drive down a few less than a mile, and on the other side of the street you have Pullen Park. You have a whole more options there. Have water. I mean, you can walk around the park and take. I mean, I've done a lot. a lot of times I've shot there, like families, engagement, all kinds of stuff there, maternity. It's nice. It's just across the street from WRAL. Judah, hey, you came. Good. I'm glad to see you here. That's really cool. So let's get this live started, right? So 8:17 tonight. I'm not gonna go for 1 hour, I promise. So I'm going to go quick, straight to the point. Let me just do my official introduction here to the future for people watching the future that they know what's happening. Hi, I'm Clay Souza. I'm a wedding portrait photographer in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and you're watching 808 with Clay here on YouTube. We talk about every Monday and Wednesday. We go live at 8:08 p.m. Eastern Time to talk about photography. Mostly the three basics, the three steps to amazing and desirable photography. Those steps are lighting, composition, and posing. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button there and also the bell button so you get notified every time I upload new content, which is pretty much every day. We are also on Instagram at Clay Souza Official, where we post every single day too. So it would be nice to have you there. And thank you for joining this video. And I hope to see you guys on one of our lives. And tonight we're talking about how to make connections to get booked. This is all about booking. This is all about getting booked with your amazing and desirable photography. Okay? All right. Oh, there you go, Jeff. That's true. Jeff did his first workshop with me at Pullen Park. That's right. That's right. Nice bridge. Yeah. It's a nice place to shoot. So let me talk to you about this situation that happened this weekend. It was a very different situation. I mean, not this weekend. I'm sorry. The whole week, this past week, right? Today is Monday. Last week, what happened last week? We booked 3 weddings last week. But what I want to talk to you about, and if you guys have questions, please ask the questions. What I want you to talk about, all 3 of them were very different. The way we booked them, it wasn't anything like for the traditional method where people found me on Instagram or people found us on Facebook or people stumbled through our website. No, all 3 of them came this past week, in a very different way. And I will explain you how they came to me. And 2 of them is a lot of looking at marketing, ways of marketing that you don't think is going to work or you don't even think about it, and it does work. And another one I want to talk about, because being flexible, right? This whole system I've been teaching you today, actually what we taught on our first webinar that I talked about the light layering, all that type of stuff, that became crucial when I booked this 3rd wedding last week. So let's go for wedding number 1. How did we book wedding number 1? everywhere we go, we have like just Facebook groups, and they have wedding photographers there. And usually we have booked weddings there in the beginning of our career when our price was really low and very competitive. But what we found is that with time, as we got better in as our price as we raised our price, we got to be more expensive. We pretty much priced ourselves out of those groups, because a lot of times Facebook groups, brides are looking for some type of deal. They don't want to spend that much money on weddings, on a photographer, and because it's not important to them. I understand that. That's fine. Everybody has a budget. So, but what happened? How did you book? We booked one from this group that I've been in this group like forever. And like I said, in the beginning of our wedding photography career, we booked a few weddings from this group, but it had been like years since we booked our last one. But I kept us in the group, and then my wife, sometimes she goes to the group and she, just skims through stuff, because this is what happens. Somebody goes in there and say, hey, I'm looking for a photographer for this date. And then there's an avalanche of people wanting to shoot that wedding, right? There's like a very high number of photographers who are on these groups all day long, just posting and offering the services. I mean, hustling like we all hustle, right? So I kind of go in there sometimes, like once in a great while, and I skim it, and I've seen some really bizarre stuff there. I don't want to go through that, because each one of us do what we think is right, and my goal here is not to ditch other photographers or anything like that. It's really to show you marketing opportunities and how you need to stay tuned with this stuff sometimes. So what happened was, Danny at some point went there, and she was browsing through the topics, and she found this bride who was looking for a photographer, kind of looking for a photographer for this date, send me your portfolio, whatever it is. And there was like a bunch of photographers. What we do when we do this thing, we read the post and we keep scrolling through to see if there's anything interesting, like maybe a bride said something that caught our eyes or something like that. But what this bride did that's very different from every bride that I have seen there, it's like she posted it, but she also posted, oh, my ring just hit my desk here. So she also posted which type of images she was looking for, right? Like, okay, so I'm looking to I'm going to get married on this date, blah 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 blah, and I'm looking for those types of images. And she posted one of the image that looks a lot like our image. I mean, not my image, but a lot of our very similar to our style of photography. And Dani, being smart like she is, she's like, interesting. This may be something interesting. But instead of her posting on the group, which they had like already over 100 photographers there, she sent her a private message and said, hey, congratulations on your wedding. I'm happy for you. By the way, I saw your post on this group, and I think your style that you're looking for identify very much with what we do. Here's our website. Let us know if we can help you. And send her the website. Sure enough, a few hours later, bride replies, love your images, really want to talk to you guys. And so we jumped, like I think next day or 2 days later, I'm not sure, we jumped into a Zoom call, and we closed the wedding through Zoom call. But here's the lesson. You don't have to get into a competition with another 100 photographers. You don't have to do that. And when you go there, when you're fighting for those things, you have like a group like this that you have 100, 150 photographers posting there, interested in weddings that show up there. I mean, it is, bride's not going to read all of that, so you're not going to catch their attention. And make sure that it's something that you connect with. It's just not like another bride. That's something that, and to be 100% honest here, if you're starting with weddings right now, if you're new to weddings and if it's the beginning of your wedding photography career, maybe you want to book some of those weddings to gain experience, to build your portfolio, like we did in the beginning. In the beginning, I remember my first wedding, I shot for free. I didn't charge anything because I needed wedding material on my portfolio. And I also wanted to see if I liked it or not. I mean, honestly, it's like, is this something that I can see myself doing for years and years and years? Well, let's give it a shot. And worked really well. We did honestly, for the first time, I think we did an amazing job. Bride was super happy, free of charge. I just wanted the portfolio and a good review at the end of the event. So that worked out for us. And then we put a price that was very competitive with the market, and we would hit those groups and book a few weddings from there. But the goal here was really to get experience and also create a portfolio of real weddings. If that's where you are, I think it's super valid to go there and spend some time there every day, because every single day there are people posting Facebook looking for wedding photographers on those groups. Be there every day and and get into a situation that would try. This is one thing, guys. If you're looking at put yourself in a bride's shoe. Let's be empathetic a little bit here. Put yourself on the bride's shoes, right? You post this in a group and suddenly you hit like with 100, 150 replies. Very, very slim chance that she's going to go through each one of them. Your reply is going to get lost in that sea of replies. You need to figure out a way to make yourself noticeable. One thing that we did for this wedding that worked, we sent a private message. So I don't know how many people did that, but we only sent a private message because, number one, there was way too many posts there already, and number two, she posted a picture that the kind of image that she was looking for that identify with our style. That's why we went that aggressive. We sent her a message and said, hey, congratulations on the wedding. I'm really happy for you. I'm Clay Souza from Photos by Clay. I saw the picture that you sent. It's very similar to the style that we shoot. If you don't mind, if you want to, go to our website and see what we have there, and let's talk. Sure enough, she contacted us. We booked the wedding. You see how unpredictable that is, right? But if Danny had posted our link on that thread, the bride would never find it, because there was like over 100, 150 people already posting in there, right? So just be mindful of that. Pay attention to those details, because makes a difference. That was wedding number 1 last week. So let's go to wedding number 2. Wedding number 2 was also a little bit different. Let me see which one I'm talking about now. Number 1 was the Facebook group. Number 2, I'm going back and forth into the 2 of them and see which one I'm going to talk about. So there's nobody on Instagram. If you are on Instagram now, we are on YouTube. So youtube.com, Clay Souza Official. Okay, hop over there. We're talking about marketing. All right. So that was number 1. What was wedding number 2? Wedding number 2. We shoot a lot of weddings on this mansion, right? And we there a few times a month, like every month, and things like that. We are the top photographers. It's all inclusive. The package is all inclusive. When they book the venue, it comes with photographer. But what they do is that they have 3 different packages. I think we are in the top package, and I think there's another photographer in the top package. And the way it works, so bride books everything, and the bride and groom have what they call the day of interview, meaning The bride will go to the venue and she'll pick, she'll pick 2 vendors of each category for her to interview. All right, 2 DJs, 2 cake people, cake person, 2 florists, 2 photographers, 2 videographers, whatever. Right, 2 of them, and they do like a day of interview. It's a long day for the couple, but at the end, they book everybody and they're done. They don't have to think about it anymore. I think it's an amazing process. And the way they do this, they have 3 packages. Depending on the package that you get, you're going to interview folks who fit on that package. So, but for photographers, what they do, they show the photographer portfolio. They have a system where I upload my images to the system, and they have a photographer. They look at my portfolio. The photographer, they can say, hey, I'm in the mid package here, but I want to interview with this top photographer here from the top package, and they pay an additional, and we go there to interview with them. On the top photographer on the top package, there's only me, only us, Photos by Clay, and there's another photographer. Just the 2 of us on the top package. Everybody else are the lower package. So a lot of times people book the venue lower package and they upgrade to a better photographer, and then they're going to interview myself and this other guy who also photographs. They're great photographer, awesome photographer. Honestly, which way they pick doesn't matter. They're going to get great image because the guy is really good also. So so what happened? This bride already had a photographer. She already had a photographer. And so she went to the venue to do the final booking, the final arrangements. All right, she went to the venue. She was talking to the venue. She already had a photographer booked for her wedding day outside of the package of the venue, right? So we also should bring a photographer from the outside, not the ones preferred vendors from the venue. So they're talking, and she sees one of my albums in there. She sees one of my albums in there where they're talking. She picks the album and starts flipping through the album, and she asks, who is this photographer? And they gave my name. And she said, well, I want to book him. I want those images for my wedding. And Bella Cleaner said, okay, we can book them. They are on the top package. Okay, said, okay, let's book them. We didn't even go to an interview. She didn't even request an interview. She just wanted us to book us. Now, let's stop and think here a little bit. What took us to get that wedding? An album. We shot a wedding there, one of our weddings. We grabbed an album, the same album that we gave with the bride purchased. We print another one and took to the venue. On the last page, I put my logo, contact information, the last page of the album, not everywhere. Boom, over there. And then she sees the album and she wants to book us for the wedding. Because, guys, it's like when you think about this, it makes so much sense. That album that she saw there were pictures from the venue. So she probably saw herself on those images and said, okay, this is the type of photographer that I want. And I'm going to be honest with you here. It's not the first time it happens on that venue. We shot a wedding there. Okay, so that shot that I have, let me see if I can find it here to share with you guys. Yeah, the inbred. Let me see this guy here. This image here. So let me share this image with you. I'll tell you. Share. Screen. want to share a window. This image here, right? So this is this image. This image has become a monster on my photography, because now what's happening, every bride wants the image. Every bride who gets married there, they want the image. And I say, okay, we can create something. I'll create something similar. So they go like, no, I want the very same image. And I go like, but this image is from, no, that's the image that I want. It became this monster now that I can't, I keep shooting this image over and over and over again with different brides, but I can't post it because people are going to say, this guy does the same thing over and over. Look at this. I have like 5 or 6 images of the same, of different brides on the same position. So it became a little bit of a monster. But this image that you're looking at right now, you guys can see it, right? Okay, cool. Hey, Brandon. So this image that is right now, when I post this image on Facebook, the owner of the venue contacted us and said, can you print this image big for me? And I said, sure. Which size you want? She said, which size would you say you print? I said, I can print at 24 by 36. She said, cool. I want to hang this picture in my office. So that's exactly what we did. We did like a 24 by 36 metal print and gave it to them. And they hang the image on the office where they do all the consultations there for their clients, right? So anyway, this groom walks in, and this is the bride telling me, and then the venue said the same thing. I'm going to find the image. Hold on, it's here. So hold on. I'm going to stop sharing this one, and I'm going to close this one. I'm going to open this one. So this is one of those cases that I told you that became a monster, because now every damn bride wants their damn image, right? So this couple here, you can see it's almost exactly the same image, right? So this couple here, the groom, walks into the office and he sees the 24 by 36 of the other image that I had here. And the bride said, she's telling me during the engagement session, she said, he went like, he looked at the image and said, who's that photographer over there? And they said, that's Foz by Clay. He said, that's the one I want to shoot my wedding. Boom, done deal. Booked us, boom, right away, right? But why? Because our image was there with the logo on the right side. It's sitting right there. Okay, everybody sees that image, this image, right? And they were the ones. I mean, both of them said, I want you to create the very same image. The one that's in the office said, I can create something similar. No, we want that very same image, and different dress, but we create the very same image for them. Different skies and stuff. It's just different day, but we try to create as close as to that image for them. So why am I talking about this? Why I keep going back to those images? Because you see the importance of have your work somewhere. So first of all was this wedding that I know 100% sure we booked because of the image that's in the office. I don't know how many others we booked because of that image, but this one in particular, the bride told me that when you shot the engagement session, she told me the story, and same thing when we went to the venue in another opportunity. The one of the managers of the venue who books, the one responsible for the booking, she's told us the same story. He just walked in and just said, because actually when we went to the interview with them, she said, this is a no-brainer, you guys are going to get it, because he walked in, he looked at the image before anything, he said, that's the guy I want to shoot my wedding. So now we are in the same venue, same thing, and we booked this. We booked this one last week because I left an album there, right? So, and again, just to go back to the story from the beginning, this bride already had a photographer. She already had a photographer. But when she saw our images, she's like, no, this is the photographer that I want. I don't know what she did with the other photographer, but she's the photographer. This is the photographer that I want. Okay? And then booked us. So now, when the title of this, like, make connections and get booked, right? Thanks, Judah. Hey, Anna. So the title of this, like, is make connection, get booked. The connection part of this is the important part. Every time you go to a new venue to shoot, offer them either an album, a big picture, but if it's big, it needs to be big, 24 by 36 or bigger, right? And pick, if it's an image, pick the best image that you have, the best image that's going to show something unique about that venue. This staircase image, I mean, how many venues around here in North Carolina have such a beautiful staircase like that one? How many venues that we shoot that gives us opportunity to create something like that? And when you have that opportunity, you have to take advantage of it and then offer that to the venue. You're going to tell me, oh, okay, it's more money that I'm going to have to spend. Don't see this as an expense. See this as an investment in your business, because that's what it is. You're investing in your business. Don't have a big image to put, offer them an album. Pick the best of the best images. Try to show the wedding day as the wedding day progressed, how the wedding day went, the getting ready, the first look, if there was one, foremost. I mean, tell the story. Guys, never, ever, ever forget this. No matter what you're shooting, we are storytellers. We're there to tell a story. It doesn't matter if it's a wedding, if it's high school senior, if it's an event. It doesn't matter if it's a family. If a family hired you for a photo shoot, it's because that time of the time on their lives is an important part of their lives. So, and we have to capture those stories, right? We are storytellers. Never, ever, ever forget that. And when you build your albums, tell the story of the wedding from beginning to end. Okay? Because this is what's going to get you where you need to be, where you want to be, right? So if you're creating those big, amazing, and desirable images, I mean, it blows my mind that this, I mean, we talked about, I mean, I keep talking about this is amazing, amazing, amazing image, desirable, desirable, desirable image, because that's what it is. People need to look at your images and really, really want it. Let me see some questions here. Jeff is asking, did you have to buy a veil just for this shot? No, I don't think I did, Jeff. I think she had, both of them had long veils. Yeah, both of them have. But that's a good point. I bring to every wedding, I bring a long veil. I bring a long veil. Once I shoot the bride, I do the pictures. I ask the bride, do you mind if I put this on this veil? This is just for my portfolio. 100% of the time they say, oh, sure, yeah. And I tell them, you're going to get the image if you want to. If they have like a short veil. I always bring a veil. We always trying to do something with a big veil, a long veil. And I mean, needless to say, how many brides have planned on having like a short veil, and they look at how we handle the veils, the picture we do with veils, and they go like, oh no, I want a picture like that. I'm definitely going to wear a veil. So this is the part. This is the desirable part, right? So you create this image that people look at it and say, I have to have it, right? So that was one of them. So Marcio is asking here, when the bride picks a package from the venue, for example, the top package, is that a package you create or the venue created? No, Marcio, the venue creates the package. The cool thing about this venue is like it's all inclusive, right? The venue says, hey, this top package here, you have this many hours, this type of food, um, those two photographers, those two caterers that you can pick from, and you can have this many guests, these two DJs, and that type of stuff. I don't get involved on the selection process, so I only get involved if I get picked to do an interview. And the bride sits down and goes, "Okay, I want to interview these two photographers, these two videographers, these two DJs," and they sit for the whole day and pick. I have a price fixed with the venue. The venue, when they're for the interview, which is a very interesting story if you want to hear that, is that I met them in a bridal show. They were actually on a booth right across to ours, and I just decided to walk in, and again, connections. They had like the Bella Colina Mansion. And I was like, is that a venue? Is that a photographer? What is it? Right? Actually, no, it was even like it was the Bella Colina. And they have some image there, but there was nothing really saying it was a venue. And I walked and introduced myself, was just across my booth, and I introduced myself and said, "Well, you guys a venue?" "Yeah, yeah." And I flipped through some albums. "So this is beautiful." And I asked her, "How can I get to your preferred list?" And she said, "Well, you're welcome to come and interview with the owner." I've had never seen anything like that. I had to go and interview with the owner, right? And I said, "Sure, why not? When can you do that?" And so exchange cards. Next day, she sent an email. "I have those and those days. You can come in and interview." So we scheduled a date. I packed all my portfolio, drove all the way over there. It's 1.5 hour drive from where I live. Drove over there, and I wasn't prepared. I didn't know. Nobody told me. I mean, they told me. I didn't believe them. It was a real interview. I mean, the guy was sitting across the table. It's like he gave us a tour of the venue, okay, and he sat across the table. So let me see your pictures. And I start pulling out a big 24x36 image. He's like, "No, I don't want to see that. I want to see your albums." I said, "Okay." I started putting albums in him, and he literally, I mean, this lasts about 1.5 hours. I'll tell you, lasts about 1.5 hours. And he was going through page to page and asking me questions. Why did you take this picture here? What are you thinking? And he was really interviewing me to vet me to shoot in his venue. I thought it was fascinating. I was, Danny was with me. I was like, I was very, very nervous, but and then he explained, so this is how we do things. What happens, Marcio, is that they have the package, like top, bottom, middle, and top, right? And at least for the photographers, they rank the photographer. He said, "Your work definitely qualifies for my top package. But if you want to get into a lower package, it's easier to get it with your quality of work. It's easier for you to get into a wedding at a lower package than the top package." And I said, "No," because then he said, "I paid this much for this top package, and I paid this much for my mid package. Where do you want to fall?" The mid package wasn't interesting for me. I said, "I'm not going to drive 1.5 hours to make this much money on an 8-hour wedding. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go top package." And he told me, so top package for somebody who have never shot here is very hard to book. I said, "That's fine. I'll take my chances." So sure enough, one thing that he did was nice. He allowed us to go there and do like a mock-up wedding, bride and groom portraits, right? We found 2 models, we dressed them and went over there so we could have some images to upload to his system. And this is what we do. So the venue pays me this much money to go there and shoot a wedding. So I don't know how much they charge. They pay me this much money to go and shoot a wedding. That's how it is. So I just went to get and shoot. So another question. So in the venue package, they will not get digital images, etc. And you still get to do IPS. Exactly. One of the nice things that he does there is this. His packages are 8-hour coverage, 1 photographer, and that's it. 8-hour coverage, 1 photographer. Why is that nice? It allows me to upsell, because honestly, if I go by what he pays me, I'm losing money. The only I mean, I love the place. I mean, it's so beautiful. But one of the reasons I keep shooting there is because I can upsell. So we upsell album, we upsell second photographer, and we upsell extra hours also because his package is 8 hours. So 8 hours, one photographer. That's it. So we upsell engagement session. I don't know. I don't remember if it comes with engagement session or not. I don't know. I think the top package, the top collection of his comes with engagement session. But when I book a wedding from the lower, somebody who is like doing an upgrade owner, the photographer, I also sell the engagement session because I know the mid package doesn't include an engagement session. So that's the nice thing about shooting there is because they give me room to upsell. Then I'm selling albums, I'm selling prints, I'm selling extra hours, all of that stuff. And I'm selling upselling out the second photographer, which catches up with my pricing. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, most vendors don't let you do that. This is a very smart guy. He's smart. That's why he's booked all year round. And how now he opened a second venue, second or third venue now, right? And the system is going to be the same. I think we already have a wedding. This is a brand new venue. He just opened it. I think we already have a wedding there, or we have an interview there. Something's happening over there for us. So, but the fact that he gives me room to upsell, that's what makes it worth it also, because otherwise I would be losing money to go there. But it works that way. But let's going back to the topic is this. Once you shoot in a different location, guys, in a different venue, offer the venue. Do you want a big print? Do you want I can bring you an album? And make sure they understand it's for free. You're not charging them anything. And do not send the album through the mail. Go there. Go to the show the owner the album. And don't here you go. Here you go. Do not skimp on the album. This album that I delivered to the venue cost me $600. Was the very same album that the bride bought. Very same album that I have here on my sample. So I just went there and gave them a $600 album. But weddings are coming out of it. It doesn't matter. Don't see this as an expense. See this as an investment in your business, because this is what's going to making these connections and keep up with what's happening to the venue. There is one venue, they always doing something and they post online. I'm always one of the one to first, oh guys, this changes are amazing. It's going to look much better. It's going to make our job much, much easier. Keep that conversation going, talk to them. If you have a bride looking for a bridal portrait and doesn't have space, talk to them. Can we do it here? I will give you the image for marketing. Learn how to market in a different way other than just Facebook or just Instagram and just that. There are different ways of doing market, and creating those connections is very, very important. You can create connections with florists, you can create connections with bridal dresses, all of that stuff. Because if you place one of your images on a bridal dress, in a dressing shop, how many brides are going to walk into the bridal shop? And brides, when they buying the dress, they're already ready to make decisions about photography. So making those connections. But here's the thing. Nobody's going to go, hey, want to make a connection? No. You have to get your butt out of the couch and go there. Phone call. Schedule a meeting. Try to do face-to-face, because they need to see your personality. They need to see who you are. Are you going to get no's? Yes. Have I gotten no? Yes. Yes. We have a venue really close to our house. He's like 10 minutes from our house. I'm trying to get there on the, I went there, Danny and I went there. They didn't even talk to us. They're like, we walked in with portfolio in hands, introduced ourselves, blah, 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 blah. They go, not interested. Excuse me? No, we're not interested. Thank you. And just walked away, turned around and walked away. Left us there. It happens. I was like, all right, let's go back home. It does happen. You're gonna get no's. Yeah, you're gonna get no's, but do not give up. Keep making these connections because these connections are important for you to book. All right. I know I told you I had 3 stories, and for the life of me, I cannot remember the other one. I have like so many stories in my head that I can't, because 2 of these done were doing like in the background here. I didn't get involved on them. I kind of yeah, one was the Bella Colina one, and the other one was oh, I remember that. I do remember that. Wedding Wire. Somebody called us from Wedding Wire. Just remember this because this one is the lighting one. Somebody called us from Wedding Wire, right? So they saw our pictures on the Wedding Wire and scheduled consultation with us. And we open up Zoom, you talk and stuff, and she goes like this. She literally goes like this. Oh, I love those airy and bright images. I mean, they are amazing, blah, 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 blah. Like, and I'm thinking, hold on a second. Is she talking to the right person? Because it is not me, right? I'm like, whoops. They were so nice. The couple was on the call, so nice, such a nice couple. We're having good conversation, and she goes like, "Oh, it's just nice and airy and bright. I love those type of images." And I said, "Hold on a second. Have you ever looked at our website?" And I went like this, like, transparency. Let's be honest here. And I said, "Have you ever looked at our website?" She said, "No, I have not." I said, "Because if you're looking for bright and airy, that's not what we do." She's like, "No?" So no, that's not what we do. But hold on a second. Let me show you what we have and let's talk. I said, okay. So I shared my screen. And she started looking and put my website, share my screen, and start looking at the pictures. Like, oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Oh, and she had said in our conversation, doesn't like the dark style. I don't like it too dark. But here's what I want to call your attention to this. Because the way I light, because the way I have been teaching you how to light, I can dial the drama. This was key to turn the success or not on my portfolio on already. Because before my pictures were very dramatic, right? Now the way I light, the way I layer the lighting, I can dial as much drama as I want. And I start showing her images that were not airy and bright, but were not as dramatic as some that I have on my website. And she immediately identified those images. Right? So you see what I'm doing here? So I'm talking to her. I don't do bright and airy, but I do all of this, and we can dial as much drama as you want in here or not. And she's like, "Oh no, I like this. I like this. I know. I like what you're saying. I like what I'm seeing." So right away, boom, booked on the spot. So do not discredit those clients. Talk to them, but you have to. Honestly, one of the things that I did that made a huge difference was we booking way more. I dialed down the drama on my images because people who know me, people who follow me, a bride who looks, I still have more dramatic and less dramatic image. I don't have airy and soft, but in my portfolio, I have more dramatic and less dramatic. So they know we can dial the image like that. If she had come to me and said, "No, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for bright and airy," I'll tell her, "I'm sorry, but I'm not the photographer for you. There are way too many people there who can do that job. It's not who I am. Thank you so much for considering us. Thank you so much for talking. Good luck on your search." Because that's not what I do. See, what I'm saying is that I'm not going to bend backwards, go out of what I do to please the bride. That's not what it is. But can I dial down a little bit the drama on my images to get a bride happy the way she wants? I can do that. I cannot go light and airy because that's not what I do. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have those images in my portfolio. I'm not going to be proud to shoot that. It's nothing wrong. If that's what you shoot, great, fine. It's just not who I am. But the way I light, the way I've been showing you how to light, the way I teach how to light, I teach on my training how to light, you can dial more drama, less drama. And that's, my friends, is a beautiful thing. That gets you booked, that gets people happy, and you always looking for the happy bride, right? But now on her file here, once she booked, you send her a contract, boom, send her invoice, she paid. There's a note there. Don't go too dramatic. So everywhere, before everywhere, I go read the notes. It's there. I know not to get too dramatic with her images. So those are the three situations that I want to tell you that happened to us last week. We booked all three weddings last week in totally different situations that we had never happened before. So it is happening. It can happen. If it's happened to me, it can happen to you. You just need to keep on it. Keep on it. Have your style. Be truthful to your style. And get work done. Stop doing the same thing. Stop doing the same thing thinking that at some point things will click, because if they're not working now, they're not going to click. You have to look in your photography and you have to make the changes necessary. Most of you who are here were on the webinar that I did last Monday, and you learned my story. I told you exactly what I did. You know my story. Look at your photography and see where it needs to change. Because if you're not booking right now, it's not because the market is saturated. It's not because your marketing strategies don't work. None of that. If you're not booking, it's because your photography is not desirable. And you need to make it desirable. Now, it's on you, with my help, of course. I'm here to help, to figure out what is missing that your photography is not desirable. Because the moment that it becomes desirable, people will chase you. Remember where we talked last week? No, wasn't last week. Was one of the lives I did during the week. It was last week. Stop chasing the clients. Clients need to chase you. And this only happens when you have a photography that is amazing and photography that is desirable. If you don't have these two elements in your photography, nobody's going to chase you. You're going to keep chasing the clients, and they're always going to go somewhere else. All right? Do you have any questions for me? If you have questions, this is the time for you to ask. So Marcia is saying, Wedding Wire magazine called me talking how much they love my image, blah, blah, blah. And they want me to subscribe to their yearly subscription. Exactly. They love your photography until if you're paying them to do that. I don't even know how she found me on Wedding Wire, because I cut Wedding Wire. Since Wedding Wire joined with the Knot, we were paying way too much to them and really not booking that much. I mean, we're booking, but not the money that we to justify the amount of pay. So I thought that I had priced myself out of the Wedding Wire market, so I cut Wedding Wire. I kept just the Knot, but this wedding from Wedding Wire showed up, so I don't know. Anyway, let me know here if you have any questions, so and we can go from here. A quick announcement. On Wednesday, we're not going to have a live. I'm not going to be here, so we're not going to have a live on Wednesday. So this is the only live. Maybe I'm going to do something on Thursday. That depends. I don't know yet. But official live on Monday and Wednesday. This week's going to be just today, because on Wednesday I will not be able to do the live. I have another commitment that I need to be in. Okay? Well, didn't I say I was not going to talk for an hour? It's been like 53 minutes. Marcio, you'll survive, Marcio. You'll survive. All right? Guys, thank you so much for listening to me. I hope these tips give you some ideas to do, at least get you motivated to go there. I want to particularly thank, kudos to Jeff. Jeff, who's here. Jeff is still here. Kudos to Jeff. I'm seeing Jeff post on Instagram things that we didn't see before. Very good job. Keep posting, keep pushing. I want to see more posts, a little bit less stories and more posts, okay? Stories maybe 3 or 4 a day, no more than that, okay? And keep pushing, keep pushing, Jeff. You're doing great. Keep pushing. I want to see you guys post on Instagram. I'm always going to go there and write some comments on your pictures to create some engagement there. And if you're doing the same thing for other people, remember 4 words or more. Instagram only counts engagement as 4 words or more. Okay, not if you go like put a bunch of hearts, put a bunch of claps. That doesn't do anything for Instagram. Instagram wants to see words, interaction, 4 words or more. And if somebody comments on your picture, you have about 1 hour to go back and comment back with 4 words or more. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you so much for being here with me tonight, and I will see you next week. Have a good week. Have a good weekend. My wedding weekend start this week. Friday engagement session. Sunday wedding at the mansion. Let's do it. I'll see you next week, guys. Bye.